Tasha Silverman.
And I'm Megan Longmuir.
And welcome back. Welcome to TO24, the news reporting channel that brings you info on everything going down in Toronto. So Megan, let's talk about the matter of something a little more relatable to everyone else in the city. Economic health.
Yes, Tasha, sounds like a great idea. A good friend of ours from right here at the station by the name of David Bergenstein gave us a great view on economic health. He describes it as a human body, be it alive, unhealthy, or dead, has the same volume of blood. The difference lies in circulation. We are healthy when our circulation is maximized, and our bodies begin to fail when our circulation is inhibited. The same is true for economies. All entities, individuals, companies, or countries are healthy to the extent that they have circulation. For a country, money is the equivalent to the body's blood. And if money is not flowing properly, the nation's economy suffers.
Wow, sounds about right to me. With the help of some of our colleagues and our very trustworthy website, TorontoVitalSigns.com, we were able to bring to you what we think are the most important aspects of economic health. We have some interviews as well as lots of information. So, here we go.
Through one of our sources, we were able to find out many important facts and indicators of Toronto's economic health, as well as aspects that allow it to be weaker or stronger.
That's right. Some of the most important factors for a strong economic health in Toronto is the construction activity, tourism, as well as the bankruptcy rates. In 2014, the construction activity throughout the city was at a real low, and because it is such a big factor within the economic health of the city, there were some problems which occurred.
With those factors also comes trends throughout the city that allow for interest within people and visitors, etc., which all helps with the economy. These trends include the quick pace of the city, the more residential places that are being built up, such as skyscrapers, the multiculturalism, as well as the diversity and landmarks like the CN Tower, which allow for Toronto to be constantly filled with tourists and visitors. Over the last 6 years, the number of tourists has increased drastically, and with all these factors, the city is still lacking in revenue for major projects which needs to be completed. So to fix these issues, the city is thinking of trying out new measures, one of which being a hotel tax as well as a road toll tax. To tell you more on this, we're going to go live to George. Take it away, George.
Drivers are rethinking their route tonight with more of the City of Toronto's Executive Committee has approved tolls as a revenue source. Also moving to the City Council for a full debate will be a hotel tax. Not all of the proposed revenues will make the cut today.
There is much more to be done here, much more to be done. I know that as a person with executive experience, that there's just much more to be done.
Mayor Tory calling on the Executive Committee to approve his proposed tolls for the DVP in Gardiner and a hotel and short-term stay tax, but it wasn't without debate. Heated at times, Councillor Giorgio Mammoliti showing up with a pair of boxing gloves.
The gloves represent a fight that I'm prepared to go to the end with the mayor on. These are Mayor Tory's taxes, and he's going to be seen as Mayor Tory's taxes.
Deputy Mayor Councillor Denzelman Wong, whose ward borders the DVP, called on the mayor to give Toronto residents a break, like a cap on the maximum tolls you'd pay a year.
If you have to take the Don Valley Parkway to get to work, and you have to do it every day, those costs, can really creep up. On the cheapest $2 a trip, you could be ending up spending $1,000 a year.
Min Wong would also like to see a dynamic pricing model used depending on when you hop on the DVP or Gardiner. Also approved, a hotel and short-term rental tax, something Tourism Toronto has and is fighting.
A hotel tax, as proposed, would be counterproductive and set back the competitiveness of a key economic engine for Toronto at exactly the time when it's producing significant gains for the city.
Tourism Toronto fears it will hurt hotels on the border with the 905 the most, fearing people will choose Mississauga over Toronto, for example. Eliminating the rebate on vacant commercial space is also moving forward. Now, not all taxes got the green light. The committee nixed bringing back a vehicle registration fee and alcohol, tobacco, and parking taxes. The wrong decision, according to Councillor Gord Perks.
The problem we've got right now is that the package approved by Executive Committee won't cover the basic costs of running the city and certainly won't cover the big ticket items we have coming at us, like Smart Track or maintaining the TTC.
And this will now head to Council for a full debate that will require also the approval of the province. Back to the station with Megan and Tasha. Thank you, George. To continue with this topic, the City of Toronto needs to be able to balance its revenues as well as major projects the city is dealing with. As of right now, there are 4 main tax revenues for the city: property tax, land transfer tax, billboard tax, and permanent gas tax. The 2 most popular of these being land transfer tax and property tax. Torontonians, although it may not seem like it, are actually one of the largest cities that have residences not paying as much in taxes or not having as many of them to pay. For example, people in New York City have around 24 taxes to pay, ranging from entertainment taxes back to property taxes.
That's right, Tasha, and with all the big expansions and projects in the city, especially with the TTC and housing prices and the amount of residences that need to be built, the city is in desperate need of more revenues. The proposed hotel tax that we briefly mentioned before is said to bring an extra $10 million into the city. With the benefit this would have on the city, it also brings out some negatives. Hotels usually pay around $2,500 to $11,000 in property tax per room a year.
Because economic health is such a large topic to discuss, and there are very few organizations that are able to help out their communities regarding funding and profit, the Scarborough Centre for the Healthy Communities is one of those organizations. This organization is based out of Scarborough and helps individuals deal with many issues, one of the major ones being financial issues to the community. They help figure out why the financial problems are so large and some ways that revenues can be made to help bring money back into these issues. This organization was originally founded in 1977 and has been up and running ever since then. It is actually one of the most developed and established community groups in the province.
That's right, Tasha. Another great organization is the Small Change Fund organization. This organization helps different communities with financial problems. They ensure that communities have the financial security and capacity to be stable and remain well balanced. The organization was started in 2007 by a couple who were having financial troubles, and since then has expanded to many different communities.
And that's all for today, folks.
We hope you found this topic very informative and that you were able to benefit from this. Bye now!